Hey guys, it's Lori. How you doing? So today I want to talk about manifestation. And I've heard from people I can't manifest. I've been trying all my life. I can't. Well, I'm here to tell you you can. And you probably are, just not what you want to manifest, okay? Because we do, okay, so we do, people will tell you you create your own reality, and you do to a degree, okay? We do, even if you live completely, your head's completely in the physical realm, I mean, you kind of create your reality by your actions, right? And the consequences. We all have to deal with consequences. But one good thing to understand is we do live in a physical reality, but the spiritual realm is very real and it interacts with us always. So, and not just angels, not just God, not just, people like to believe in their guardian angel and all of that, but they like to disregard the negative. There's both negative and positive. It's just the way it is. So, if, and we tend to, as human beings, human nature, we will believe the negative easier than we'll believe the positive. And we've got these negative entities, energies that tend to keep us focused on the negative. They want to have us living in doubt, living in fear, being offended. They'll have us run into people that are horrible, and then this world is horrible. As a whole, worldly thinking, the world is a lower vibration. It's a lower vibration than you want to be at. If you want to manifest a better life, you need to raise your vibration. You don't want to be in tune with this physical realm. You want to be above it, okay? One way to stay above it is not to take offense. It's very difficult to do, especially in this world today. But if you find yourself offended by something, you have to find a way to let it go. Don't let the sun go down on your anger, okay? So let it go. One way to do that is look at and say, okay, I live in a fallen world. I'm dealing with fallen people. I am a fallen person. And walk in forgiveness. That doesn't mean you have to be walked all over. I mean, you don't have to stay and put yourself in and stay in uncomfortable situations or whatever. But don't take personal offense, okay? Either walk away, don't allow yourself to be offended. Don't allow it to fester. Talk to somebody about it if you have to, and let it go. I know it can be hard to do, but sometimes talking about it, sometimes writing it down, whatever the case may be. Don't let the offense turn into a resentment, turn into a bitterness. Know who you are. If you know who you are, if you truly know who you are, and you're not trying to be somebody that maybe society wants you to be, or your parents wanted you to be, or what you think intellectually is best, or you're trying to fit in on into society or whatever, and you're not being true to yourself, you're gonna be offended. You're going to easily be offended. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to feel out of your element. So know who you are. Accept who you are. Okay, my natural gifts are blah, blah, blah. Work on those. God gave all of us natural gifts. So expand those natural gifts and find a way to work them into your life. Don't try to control what you can't control. All you can really control is your reaction, your perception, yourself, your behavior. Other than that, you can't control. You can't control the weather. You can't control people. You can't not even people that are like under you. Your children. You can't control it. A lot of people control. That's the way they show their love, by control. If you find yourself doing that, I mean, sometimes initially you have to physically say, okay, I'm going to stop this, because it's like, that's how you love, that's how you are. We're all shaped by what our experience is. So don't beat yourself up, just catch it and change it, just like doubt and fear and anger and resentment. If you take every negative thought captive, That means pay attention to your thoughts. Do you know how many thoughts we think all day long that we just let go in and out? We don't think about them. If you actually try to, do this exercise for even 5 days and say, okay, I'm going to take every negative thought captive and replace it with a positive word. So to do that exercise, you have to pay attention. You won't catch them all initially, but you're going to start focusing more. So you say, okay, what's in my head? Okay, that's negative. So the moment you realize I've had a negative thought and replace it with a positive word, that thought is interrupted. Like if I told you in your head, think counting 1 to 10. And as you're doing that, I go, okay, say your name. To say your name aloud, you have to interrupt the counting. It's impossible to do both. So if you do that exercise for 5 days, and the positive words should be true, should be positive, they should be true, they should resonate with you, because even if they're true and they don't resonate with you, if you don't believe it, it's not going to work as well. So they need to resonate with you, they need to be true, they need to be positive, and they need to be small, short enough so that you can recall them quickly. Do that for 5 days. You're going to you're going to start training your mind to think differently, to not allow those negative thoughts in to fester and fester and fester. And when you focus on not controlling situations, people, whatever, it's easier to let go. The other thing is to have trust in God. If you can have trust in God, even just a little bit, you're going to be raising your vibration. So how do you do that? How do you do that when things have been so bad and people have been so rotten? Get yourself a notebook or a audio recorder, because once you document something, whether it be writing it down or speaking it to another person or into a recorded device, you're documenting it, which puts an imprint out into the universe, which actually makes it that much more powerful. So document, write down different situations where things have turned out okay when you were worried or whatever, where things have actually gone your way. And, as you're documenting that, it's going to kind of build up your faith a little bit, And also work on, when you go back to letting go, if you can truly believe that God has your best interest at heart, and you can say, okay, God, align my will with your will, then all of a sudden you're going to end up manifesting everything you want, because his will come to pass. Now, you can manifest negative outside of his will, because energy, the way he has the world set up, the thing you give the most energy to is what manifests, which is why we manifest a lot of the negative ourselves and without even realizing it. And, a lot of people, when they first start doing this, they try to align God's will to their will. And I'm guilty. I did it but I wasn't realizing I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it like consciously. I just was like, well, why wouldn't this be God's will? Of course he would want this, God says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways. But he's never going to do something that would negatively impact you spiritually, and he makes we live in a fallen world. Bad things happen to good people. You've heard that. Bad things happen to good people. We live in a fallen world. We're a fallen people. We make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And, the world itself is fallen. This physical realm is fallen. So sometimes things just happen. But God will take all things and make them work together for good. So, like when people say everything happens for a reason, I don't believe that's true. I think some bad things just happen. Some good things just happen to evil people, But God promises that if you will follow him, that he'll take even those bad things and bring something good out of it, which is where the expression, everything happens for a reason, comes from. So, if you do these things, you're going to find that you are walking in a higher vibration, that your frequency is higher. Because of that, you put things out there, they just come back to you. They just happen, you know? And you can walk in a peace that if they don't happen immediately, you're okay. Because you know, you're not in worry, you're not in fear, you're taking all those negative thoughts and you're taking them captive and replacing them with a positive word. Knowing bad things still happen, but not dwelling and focusing on the bad. Another thing that's really good is take personal accountability each day. You know, and that keeps you watching yourself, you know. Did I start carrying a resentment? Was I bitter? Was I jealous? Did I say something that wasn't so nice? You know, keep that personal accountability. It kind of keeps you on your toes. You can have an accountability partner, but if you have a partner or a manifesting partner, that would also be an accountability partner. Because you've got to be at your highest form if you want to manifest the best for you, you know. We, like I said, we can manifest at a very low vibration, but then we're going to be manifesting all the negatives, you know, the yuck. Sometimes navigating through this world feels like you're navigating through like thick, yucky energy, and sometimes you are, you know. So if you have a partner, you want to make sure that you're vibrating at the same frequency, because you don't want to be off kilter, you know. Just quickly, I just wanted to put that out there. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, if you need help with manifesting or anything going on, if anything's going on in your life, if you feel a little, you know, sometimes our energy field gets all kind of mucked up, and I know that sounds like crazy talk, but it does. We are not just this physical body. We are not. We are spiritual beings using this vessel. And we live in a world of energy. We have the physical plane, but even in the physical plane, there's energy all around. So sometimes we get, I'll call it garbage, you know, spiritual junk that kind of connects and sticks. And then, you know, our own wounds, our own soul wounds, things we carry around that we thought we let go of, they still could be kind of hanging out in the aura. Then we also have entities that try to attach and that kind of thing. And sometimes we're just not aligned spiritually. So if you need energy work, if you need to cleanse that out, if you know, if you need just to be reattuned and, you know, like aligned and everything, and you feel like you can't do it alone, or you don't want to do it alone, or I can help you with that. I can help you with coaching. I can help you, you know, if I can't help you, I can refer you to somebody else. So don't be afraid to reach out, okay? This is what I do for work. All of the above. So, or, you know, sometimes in the physical realm we live in, sometimes just where we are, there's stuff. Beings, negative energy, whether it be a like an imprint there, or whether it be an intelligent entity that's causing problems. You can clear that stuff out too. So all of this stuff, you know, if you're vibrating at a high frequency and you're not offended by a lower vibrational energy, which is the worldly way of thinking, and being, and what is acceptable, and you don't, you know, always check your motivation. If your motivation is anything other than love, which is why we do the accountability, then you've got to get back on track. Your motivation shouldn't be fear, shouldn't be doubt, shouldn't be jealousy, shouldn't be control. It should be love. And if it's anything but that, we have to get back on track. All right, I hope it made sense. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.